Hi guys, welcome back for another Star Trek Starships collection review. In front of me now I have the D4 Klingon Bird of Prey special from Star Trek Into Darkness. It was a bit unexpected. I got it today in the mail. I didn't know it was coming. I didn't think it would be coming, so I actually got it from my comic shop. I just never picked it up. So here it is, and got the usual magazine, and of course the special comes in the big box, so I'll put that aside and let's look at the magazine. As is the usual format for the specials, there is no numbering there in the top corner, but you do have some nice images there in the usual magazine format. And some basic information down here on the bottom. It is considered D4 class, operational in 2259. That is in the J.J. Abrams timeline. It is 25.5 meters long with a wingspan of 39 meters. Turn the page there, and the magazine format is the same as all others. Including a table of contents, how to put the model onto the stand, along with some more specification information. Operated by the Klingon Empire, its mission is strictly planetary defense with disruptor cannons and micro torpedoes, and carries a crew of approximately 6. Turning the page, have a kind of really neat image of the ship there, as well as 2 others, and a nice little close-up of one of the Klingons, or as I called them, Blingons. Blingons because they have earrings in their ridges and their earrings. I guess it would be like if Dennis Rodman became a Klingon. I don't know. That's kind of like the best way to describe it. I don't really consider them Klingons, but that's beside the point. So yeah, the magazine has a little information about the ship, and that's it. And then the next page shows this designing of this bird of prey, as it is called. So got some information there and some interesting conceptual artwork. Kind of odd. More conceptual artwork and more text about it, and more conceptual art, and more, basically bringing you to the conclusion of this section, showing you the final design that was chosen by J.J. Abrams. A little close-up of the rear end, or the aft section of the ship. And more. This designing section is actually most of the magazine, which is interesting. I guess that's because there isn't much in the movie itself about the ship, and not a whole lot of information was revealed either by dialogue or by technical readouts. So this is what I call the magazine filler, and that's exactly what it's done this time. More images and text there. And that wraps up the magazine. And there's the image of the ship on the back there. So, now let's get to the model itself. Here it is in the box. Like I said earlier, this large box follows the usual format of all the specials. That is Deep Space Nine, and we've got early on the Borg cube that free gift came a while back. The what else? The JJ Enterprise, the Kelvin, USS Kelvin most recently, and of course the USS Vengeance. Most of the ships, most of the specials we've gotten so far are from the J.J. Abrams timeline. And let's be honest, this is the one out of the bunch that I've been looking forward to the absolute least. And but here it is, and I believe the next special that I hope to get my hands on soon, I guess, will be the NX-01 Enterprise refit. So that's one that everybody's looking forward to, and I hope to get my hands on it. That is, if it doesn't go out of stock. So anyway, big image of the box there, usual Trek logos and formats. So let's open it up. And here it is. There's your D4 Klingon bird of prey, as seen in Star Trek Into Darkness. Now, this is a really nice model, to be fair. The body, the main section of the ship is primarily all metal, and the wings are, of course, plastic, with little nods or tosses of metal thrown in there. I just noticed that the top of the ship does bear the symbol to the Klingon Empire there. And that's it. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only thing on this model or ship that makes this Klingon. Now, I know I am pretty biased and I don't like the J.J. Abrams movies, Star Trek movies in particular. I guess I just don't like the whole new timeline thing, because they could have done any number of things, and there was, they could have come up with a whole new cast for a whole different crew, new ship, new mission, whatever. They didn't have to go back and show Kirk, Spock, and the whole crew all over again. All that being said, and all the many plot holes and inconsistencies in those two movies so far, with a third one on the way, I've had a really hard time wrapping myself around those films. And of course, some of that has carried over into some of the, I guess, the props and ships or whatnot. I think I mentioned this in my other review of the USS Kelvin. I think that's my favorite of the J.J. Abrams ships, because it looks more like a Star Trek ship that we are used to. This does not look Klingon. It looks more alien. It's a gorgeous model, very gorgeous model, very nicely detailed, and almost dropped it. The wings don't move. Got a little clear thing in the back there for the engine or whatnot. And you got some separation things in there. But other than that, there's nothing on here that really says this is Klingon, glory to the Empire, or anything like that. It's a gorgeous model, as I just said, but the design of the thing just looks like crap. I'm going to be honest. I mean, that's what I think. It's my opinion, and we all have our opinions. To be honest, this is a ship that I will probably never, ever, ever open again, because I'm a completist, and I am a Star Trek fan. You have to have them all. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice model. I'm not gonna fault Eaglemoss or anything like that. They did a fantastic job, and it looks great. It looks really, really good. And of course, it comes with a stand that just bears the name of the ship on the bottom, as well as Star Trek Into Darkness, because that's the film that it was introduced in. I don't think these have even been in the comics. The only appearance is in the movie. So yeah, that's the Klingon bird of prey seen on Star Trek Into Darkness. Now, if you're a fan of those movies, I mean no offense, of course, and of course no offense to the designers of the ship and to those who labored countless and many hours to put this thing together. It's just not my favorite, and I thought that maybe they could have done with something a little more Klingon than they did. But we'll see what happens with this next movie, Star Trek Beyond, even though the trailer was kind of disgusting. Yeah, I mean, I can sit here and talk about everything I don't like about those movies. But to be fair, and to say something positive about the movies, what did happen is that the J.J. Abrams movies kind of revitalized Star Trek. Before 2009, after the demise of Star Trek Enterprise, the last television series in 2005, 6, the show had been pretty much off the air for several years, except for the reruns. And the last Star Trek movie prior to that was Star Trek Nemesis, which failed at the box office. I liked it. Most other fans do not. It was my first Star Trek movie that I saw by myself in the movie theater. So it kind of has a special place in my heart, just like Star Trek V does for many other people. But say what you will about the plot or anything like that, but it's still Star Trek, and it's still the characters, the ships, the atmosphere, and everything that I know of. It just had a different tone, and the script was bad. But these movies, J.J. Abrams movies, didn't seem like Star Trek to me. And like I said, to be fair and honest, it has breathed a new life into the franchise, and now a lot of people have gone back to explore all of the old shows and the old movies, which is a wonderful thing. Yeah, so that's cool. And so anyway, enough rants and rambling. So next time, the next special that I hope to share with you will be the NX-01 refit from Star Trek Enterprise that we never got to see, but it was on the Ships of the Line calendar a while back, and it's also popular among the fans, and we'll be finally getting that in model form, so that'd be awesome. So anyway, until then, or until my next, I think my next 2 ships that come in, which should be the Botany Bay and hopefully the Norway class, I hope. I think it's Norway class. Yeah, Norway class. Until those come in, or until my dedication plaques come in, because I ordered those. Hope you guys all stay safe and be well and live long and prosper.